came together just perfectly. I will say hello. There it goes. The game loaded at the exact time that it took to count down. How are you all doing? So, oil's all wrong, as it turns out. So, I did some numbers. These are I brought these. Oh, I didn't save the actual stats. Alright, I can type in them again because I do remember them. So, we need 131,646 plastic per minute to get straight in without even the pleasantries or anything like that. Each one of these plastic builds makes 16k a minute. Which means, hang on, 16. 1 to 16k, which means it needs 9 of them, not 4 of them. As I'd done before. I don't know how we got 4 of them, but then 9 of them. Each build does 10k, which means you need 2 by 10k. This one, I've been doing some experimenting with. It just needs water, so it can be done anywhere. Hey, Dark Love. Going to use basic or advanced? I'm going to use advanced. The amount of payoff you get from advanced is so much better than basic. The conversion rate's so much better. I do need to check which is overall UPS more effective, because this does use a lot more pipes and it needs all these chemical plants, whereas basic doesn't need that. Also, Luna's, how you doing? And Stinson. And Soren's here. This one just collects from any. This one I'm kind of avoiding doing. Yeah, this one, it's, I think it was 8 full beacon chemical plants. So yeah, so we need 9 of these. I think it was 9. Let me double check that. Yeah, it was 8.1, so 9. So, this place is going to get a whole lot longer, because that isn't even, doesn't even include, that. The amount of water acid needs is actually ridiculous too. Also coffee. 94 hours was scrubbed due to recovery equipment malfunction. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is there a time rescheduled, or is it just when they sort the problem out? So it means I'm going to need to expand this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is just plastic, and then sulfur, sulfur. And then anything probably down to here, you're looking at being rocket fuel. So I need to expand up. It's a bit of a problem because I'm pushing into this build now. So, starting from the top. Get rid of this thing. I'm going to need to push this up. Oh, there's a fishy there. I can't lose the fishy. Unfortunately, these paths are kind of set. I'll get 2 more up. 1, 2, 4, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. And probably 4 at least. Just make more fish. Luckily I can undo the ghosting. Alright, give me all your stuff. Apparently I got all your landfill too. Thought basic oil was more UPS efficient. Sure, just do more test. I think the original recipe was. And then they were worried about everyone just using basic and never using advanced. Because that was pretty much the first thought that came to mind. So I think the original one gave more petroleum. We're gonna have to move them all. Yeah, they're kind of set in place given the exit tracks. So I can just build it. I can build it above at least. It's lucky that this place isn't set in stone yet too, because it can go further down if need be. Let's just stop it getting too close to red circuits. On the topic of acid though, it means I can build it. I'm gonna have to build it close to this shoreline to do the acid production, and I'm probably gonna need to somehow wrangle batteries into there. Which is where this number comes from. So it needs 136,000 acid a minute, which is interesting, because it only needs that per minute in sulfur. So much extra space. Yeah, it's because I thought there was a lot, I didn't need anywhere near as much. I didn't think I'd need as much as this. Almost would have needed to lay it out horizontally. Completely underestimated what was needed. It does also mean I'll be potentially looking at TSM to get the trains in. I was trying to avoid doing that. Forget to carry the one. Apparently I forgot to carry more than just the one. Looking over here. Deliver 10, damn. This thing's churning them out now. Hmm. Well, cracking look like? HCN? HCN's basically my other system. That's what the cracking looks like. Look at it go. It should actually be doing like 128. There you go. I think it's this one's only 120. Yeah, 120. Yeah, TSM, the little Gator mod. HTN is Hapalis' one, which is derived from my other vanilla one. Oh yeah, I've been sort of following on with that. But I've been keeping full track on it. It's pretty nuts, isn't it? Yeah, full beaconing. And as far as I can tell, full beaconing these still has a benefit because it's just less pipes, less machines. I do need to test that though. At least, again, last time I tested it, it was better by a lot because of the whole pipe thing, the pipe situation. Righty, let's start with that. Copy some of that. No. Yeah, still on cooldown. I'll just use the actual blueprint. Wherever it is. Someone can go. Yeah, that's a smelter one. That was a terrible smelter one. Anyone else like something for UPS testing? You make one of them and then stamp it down 1,000 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can probably afford to go up one more. That was how I did the smelting, was I did it, literally stamped it down 1,000 times, like 400 belts worth, something like that. Stamped it down a lot. Or, yeah, there's actually an actual oil patch. You know it's bad when your builds start overlapping oil. Actual oil patches. What are you doing on the construction queue? It's getting down. We need, cliff explosives. Like that. I also did get to finally do some Among Us later on yesterday. What are you missing? Hang on. Oh, there we go. Had the wrong one. If only I had sulfur to make cliff explosive. If only. Out there. And it's like 2 sulfur, and then the rest can probably be... So then I need, what does Excel say? Ratio. It says I needed, I think it was 280. Yeah, 280 for, or 8x35 assembly machines to make the 6,000, sorry, rocket fuel a minute. Just a bit of rocket fuel. Brickboard insertion. It's hard to do now because you got to precision place these things. It should be though. It does save on pipe. Anything that saves on pipe is good. You need a water world, yeah. Or a map editor. Right, you. Heavy light, petroleum gas. It's something it's something I've been meaning to test, but I've never actually done. Where is yeah. 45 for no water and just oil, 100 oil, or you get 55 for the same amount of oil. So you're changing. I mean, admittedly, you can actually do it with cold liquefaction as well, which is, as Madzeri points out, power positive. And then you don't even need like oil. You just feed it coal. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, because their networks are joined. Also, I'll take that. Hey Maury, how you doing? Yep. Bomb at the bots. You're doing good? Excellent. I'm doing pretty good. I slept in today. Didn't sleep well. The sleep in sort of made up for it. Actually woke up at like 7:40, 20 to 8. Okay. Do I want one more? I kind of don't want to cover up the patch. Maybe I can pencil in room for one more. Game plans, eliminating the water pipes, should they have more compact down? Ah, yeah. So... yeah, then you don't need as much pipe. I mean, could test it. Thorin made it out alive. Oh, that's committed now. Also fishies. Yeah. Peak performance there. If I inadvertently trashed all my bots, it really wouldn't surprise me if I have. Oh, 280 is not so bad. Play the find the bots game. There they are. I mean, I could request them, but laziness and all that. Heartwarming Fox, how you doing? Valuable lesson learned, if resources low, don't ignore the issue until it's low, low, low. Or just ignore it and then make it someone else's problem. That's the Colonel Will way. The heck's going on there? Oh. You're not being spud out both directions, that's why. It's easy when else make someone else's problem if you have 10 other people on the map. It is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 sulfurs and then... For the JD community rule. If you spot the problem, it's now your problem. See, I tend to live by that rule too. If you say, oh, we're low on something, you're now responsible for making it not low anymore. You know what's funny is that the reason that camp came about was because there'd always be tons of people that would say tons, but there'd always be someone or several people that would come in and be like, oh, we're low on something. Oh, we're low on this, we're low on that. Never do anything. They just constantly say we're low on different things. Play by that rule. People who are really annoying at that. Another classic one is people who would Uber spaghetti bus. The type of person who just sits around the map view and marking like all used miners for deconstruction. Like, oh, I'm gonna go there eventually. I'm just marking for deconstruction. You see, if you were on the way there, that would make sense. But no, you're standing completely motionless in the middle of the starter base. I see a problem. I just made 2 problems. Or I turned that first problem into a second problem. Try to mine that world otherwise nice, but accidentally marked the whole world, the whole starting base for deconstruction. So it's no worse than having JD on a map, really. He sure likes to mark things for deconstruction. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Accidentally. It's just up at 5, is they're shooting down all the pots. I think I know. It's a clown town. Hi, clown. You doing? You have an idea for a mod? Uh-oh. Look out. Green rocket's a good one. Green rockets get things done quicker, don't they? Hang on, you forgot one thing. There we go, much better. Starter base is now 17 holes. What's one way to clean up the starter base, at least? You can have a whole new starter base. Like blackjack and hookers and... Speaking of starter bases not doing anything. Probably red circuits. Yeah, it's red circuits. Red squiggles. Because you're filling up on plastic. And there's like one of these things. Speed holes always make your base go faster. I'm sure you know all about speed holes in your base. "17 holes. Optimal efficiency. I'm gonna drop the N ones eventually. Because these are all gonna be rows. So it'll be 2 8s and 4... Like, I've already got the 4 16s for mining up and running. And there'll be 2 8 for the others. I was thinking about that earlier. Please hurry, bots, before a train arrives. Yeah, everything's based around balancing the ore and then maintaining that balance all the way through the entire base. Oh. Oh dear. Mistakes have been made. Actually, I think someone pointed that out already. I think someone pointed that out last time and I forgot about it. Moving bases, plastic factory was in the starter base while a new one was being constructed. 3K plastics, petroleum and lubricant. That's a significant amount of petroleum. I mean, this construction queue is pretty intense at the minute, so we're on the struggle bus. And my coffee's out. And I really want more. Water'll do for now. I don't think I've ever seen this place move. You done yet? Almost. It's a small amount. I know there'd be some people who say that's what happens when you store so many liquids in tanks. Oh, you can just go to plastic. Should be full. Yeah, so it's 282 trains, and what they do is they pick up both materials for circuits. It's a bit weird. So they go through the copper smelter, and then they go through the iron smelter to pick up the iron. These are the circuit trains. Whenever you let your Spidertron for the first time. Green rockets are good, aren't they? Should try cannon Spidertron too. Oh, you're a little light on the old iron. I mean, you can't have nukes in cannon Spidertrons at least. It's just all it does is instead is it takes tank shells. I mean, that does mean you get uranium and explosive uranium cannon shells. Which, I mean, at least the damage, I mean, it's still the damage from each cannon shell is pretty devastating, but at least it's somewhat contained. Admittedly, it is pretty rapid fire, like it's basically an auto cannon. Like that. There they are. That seems to be suffering a little bit at the minute from excessively full storage. Spidertron to 3 capsules. I mean, the operator can 3 capsules. That's the next mod, Spidertron mod, is the capsule throwing Spidertron. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8th should be up there, so. But I counted out 9 already, so hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I do need one more. I'm not there yet. Yes, this base needs 9 of these. This base actually needs 9 of these stupid things. It needs 131,000 plastic a minute, and each one of these does 16,000. Have I got a broken network? I do. Yeah, this base is going to be huge. Actually, not a small base. I need to address all these power poles, though. That's a serious issue. Serious issue right now. We'll fix planes for beer. What you doing? Apparently I gained solar power. Oh, I know where that's from. How's power doing? 4.4. It peaked at 5.4 though, which is almost maxing that out, apparently. Oh dear. Oh dear. Bob's Angels mods make a task of storing 18 of each obtainable gas and liquid. Or just, oh, 1 billion. I was like, 118? What? I looked at it again, no, yeah, 1 billion. I saw it was, the B looks like an 8. I mean, for Bob's it wouldn't take, I don't think it would take too much effort. By endgame, of course. Oh, speaking of, there is a Factorio 2 multiplayer playthrough coming up. The Red Circuit team. That's starting, not this weekend, but the weekend after. What did I come here for? Them. That's not going to go very far. Doing K2 multiplayer? Yeah. It's K2 space exploration. I had to double check all the mods that are on there. All the activity for it happens overnight though, so it's hard to keep up with what the state of it is. Red Circuit's running it. I do want to do a sub-server as well, but I want to pick a day that works pretty well. And I'm inclined to do it on thinking. I'm thinking about placing this and the sub-server. The Saturdays, which is Friday night for everyone in Europe. My Saturdays. But it's it is a bit inconvenient for the Europeans, though. And the US by extension. It's the way it works is it goes by I'm trying to think. It says it takes 3 channels you're already following and then recommends 3 more that they're like following. It's supposed to be expanding though. They are supposed to be working on it. Now, I tell you what, just close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes for a second. 1 second. Just, or for 5 seconds, we'll say. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Close your eyes yet? Good. Okay, you can open your eyes. It's fine now. Everything's fine. Yeah, what I need is track. Should summon the Spidertron. It's going to need a lot more than track than that. Yeah, it's shallow, not deep. Alright, that's flowing. I'm going to assume that this is running a little bit... No, it isn't. Actually bottlenecked here. Why are you stopped? Wheel. Eh, ow. Where's the other oil puddle? Oh, up there. Right, that needs to go. Also, where's that supply train? Leaving Soikets. The green missile crater in the oil thing? Not in the oil. Definitely over here. And over there. And all the way through there. Spidertron... Green missile Spidertrons definitely have been a thing. Right, this thing better be carrying track. I bet it's not crafting track, isn't it? Alright, back to base. I know technically it was carrying track. I mean, you can't even make 2 curves with that amount of track, though. Alrighty. Alright, what are you missing? Stone, isn't it? It's stone. I thought it was stone. You know why it's missing stone? It's because it's all being turned into landfill. You can actually stop doing things and stuff. There we go, problem solved forever. Quality goes to hell. Yeah, the bitrate is just I am pushing it a little bit. The 4200 is borderline. Problem is the data usage gets a little bit high otherwise. I think the first time when I got the upgraded connection, I went through nearly 1.2 terabytes in a month. Pollution on map? Hey, Kill Bill. That's not pollution, that's... I need to keep an eye on that, because I think that, yeah, there's a connection there. So there's buyers are going to come through there if I'm not careful. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. That could be a problem. Over there. I don't know if that's Spider Island or the other side of the terrain there. Call them nom-nom bugs. Special delivery. Back to oil. Time to call Spider Squad. I think it's almost time to call the Kraken out, actually. Which is something we don't have. We don't have a Kraken site. Maybe I'll put it up here as well. I was going to put blue circuits up there. I'll get the colour right eventually. Which I haven't even started on yet. Maybe opposite seas. Yeah. One of these blueprints. That. 120 artillery wagons. Should do nicely. There's a traffic jam here. Well, maybe not traffic jam, but it's certainly busy. Did design the big version? No. I don't remember. Was it Stinson? I think it was Stinson's originally. Wish the range was better. I mean, it is an infinite tech. It's just a very expensive infinite tech. I have 6. I do have 6 legs. Very good. You kind of want to push it down a little bit. Yeah, there. Those chests are on the wrong side, really, too. In fact, I'm going to drop it there. I need like an auto fish deconstruct. Whenever it gets into logistics bot range, it just deconstructs marks the fish for deconstruction. Auto fish. There's a mod idea. I mean, it could just line the sea with inserters too. There probably is a mod for that, isn't there? Pretty well perfect. Just one tiny little tweak is needed. About there. There's an argument to be said that I am still paying for the landfill. It also occurs to me that this should have been up here when I did that. Yeah, that's the only problem, is the fish don't move if you're not around them. So they'll never collect. They'll only... I mean, I am around them now. So it would benefit there, but it would effectively be polling the entire map for no real reason, no real benefit. There we go. I realise there's infinity chest there as well. It's one of the creative components. I was using them as item sinks. See, I don't want that too close to... sort of done it there already. Ah, screw it. Be consistent. Already done it once. What a mess of wires. That's one, then two below that. And then the rest, hopefully, is all of the rocket fuel that's needed. Hopefully. One, two. Three and four. Literally unplayable. Out there. You know, I still got to divide up all these robo networks. Oz wouldn't place pipes because they still kind of do, but it's not as aggressive. Thankfully not as aggressive anymore. Okay, now they're both fetching oil. I need more oil outposts, I think is the answer to that. Suppose I could start mining that until until they're drained dry. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sure. I'll just finish this. Hopefully that won't happen here. It shouldn't. The way the build is designed, it shouldn't try and mix fluids. Conscious of these fish here too. Important stuff. There we go. Make sure to budge a few roboports out here so they get the fish. I've really been sticking to this meme. Oh, track missing near the train stop oil build. Yeah, that was to stop the trains going to it. Because they just go there and stay there forever. Collecting all the fish in the world. Every game, I've got to collect all the fish in the world. That's my thing. Alright, I kind of sort of got 2 of those. Yeah, there should be plenty of room. I think I need... Actually, I might need like 8 more for the rocket fuel. I might do a bot sandwich for that one. I have an idea. Because I've done belt ones of those for a while, for quite a few times now. Kind of curious to see what a bot one looks like. What I'm thinking of doing is having the oil refineries here and then the actual production on the opposite side. Or connected to it or something, and maybe the trains will bend round. It's going to be an odd one, either way. And I completely forgot what I was... Yeah, just a few. How many is there currently? 92. Not that many, actually. Actually, what does Factorio Lab say I need in refineries? And it sort of implies I need 125 chemical plants. Problem is, Factorio Lab doesn't really deal with oil properly. It sort of just says it magically turns into stuff. It says I need 184. I think. I don't think, yeah, as I say, I don't think it does it properly. It's funny, it says I need 4.2 for lubricant. Given that I'm peeling it off plastic, I think I'm good. I think I include it in, yeah, I include it in this, but it's not really needed. Actually, because this is such an overbuild, I could probably get away with that. Probably remove it from some of these. Finish the circuit build? I think it is done, yeah. It's done. It's got to connect trains to it, but the build itself is done. Everything's built. All 7 red circuits and 14 green circuits, even though I needed 13. But they're in pairs. So it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's pretty compact. I'm quite happy with it. Still only 3 of them are running because they're all out of balance. No blues yet. Blues are still being done over here. It's controlled by bots. It's got a fair chunk of modules on it. No path copper train? Yeah. That was a while ago. I also did, for those who didn't see, I put a balancer there just because this one was so far out of balance. It's just no good. Smelters is something I'm kind of avoiding, admittedly. What am I doing? I was about to do something to step away from oil to just let it build. I can't remember what it is now. Power? Probably power. Oh. Dear. That time again. Oh, if anyone didn't see on the Discord, I did update the blueprint on Pastebin. So it's one of these, so it does have landfill now. It comes pre-fitted with belts, but it can be either. It can be bots or, because it's got the robo ports as well. How to get that far off? Curious actually, what's... Beacons? 4.3 is beacons, melting. Kind of wheel coming on in. How you doing? Hello everybody. It's... The smelter has an error in a few of the belts. And it was also... And then it was copy and pasted wrong. There's she. Coming in that follow. How you doing, Adaba and Will and Belvarak? You were doing Sniper Elite, weren't you? You were. And this was also run without productivity modules, which completely threw it off. But this is sort of like the pre-smelter anyway. It's like, that's one, or two, or one? Yeah, it's one unloader of what is eventually going to be that, just for copper. Flame Will. Sneaky Sniper didn't get dead for a change. Say for a change. Is that because there's no Stu? We blaming Stu for this, for the sneaky sniper not being sneaky enough? Uh-oh. Very important that is. Oh, we murdered it. Never mind. Might be a few more out of bot range. Oh, some more have drifted over here. Very important, collecting the fish. Talking about this before. Gotta collect all the fish. I probably could set the decomplanner to fish. I remember what I was doing. I needed more oil. Get starter. Wait, no I don't. Hold up a tickle. Back it up. Yep. Back it up. I get this right? Nope. So I think there's pump checks in here? No. Okay, never mind. Back to starter base then. I'm gonna need a lot more of them. You grab like 100. A bunch of them and a bunch of them. Probably way more than I need. Oh, look who's here. Ah, I'm being chased by bots. How much fish is in the network? 8,000. Alright, bots are going to need to do a little bit of fish maneuvering. Alright, where are we going to go? Collect that one. Oh yeah, I was going to collect that one and that one, because they're probably going to get lost. I probably should collect that one as well. It's probably enough tanks. Start here. It's interesting. On a new element on the dashboard today. If Will's still here, did you have that? Your dashboard all broken? I had a whole new element appear, which is denied. I'm not allowed to touch it. All fine? Mine gained a new element and it just completely messed up everything. And it just says access denied. Well, speaking of, I've been slacking off on the whole advertising department. I missed out on a 30-second ad opportunity right then. Rigged. You know what's rigged, you know? That is actually better. Yeah, mid-rolls are going to be auto-running. What I'm hoping is that if I keep the runtime up, it'll keep the auto-rolls, the mid-rolls off. If I'm more active, that's the hope and the dream. I need to talk to inquire about it though. I think the recommendation was like 2 or 3 minutes per hour. I've forgotten what I said it was yesterday, actually. Used to win a lot. Yeah, I would be happy if I could throw, like, if it wasn't a thing, as long as I'm actively throwing down them in more competent, like, I get where they're trying to do it, but I would be happier if I could at least disable, like the pre-rolls, disable it as long as I'm doing something to stop it. I mean, at the end, I mentioned this last time, like, at the end of the day, it's still effectively holding the channel hostage to perform a specific set of actions. But it's not totally. But I don't like it when it's not when it's completely outside of my control. Ugh, words are hard. I mean, either that or I just put. It's basically the same as having a bot on ad timer, which no one wants. Because that's horrible. You know, that's the sort of channel where you just get random ads every like half hour or something. It's because they got a bot on a timer running ads. Pre-roll has a very high bounce rate. I forget what it is. It's very high though. It's like 30 or 40% at least bounce rate, where people just click off if they see a pre-roll. Spin that one round and bring that. Oh no, that's fine there. Making this oil spine kind of a waste, but oh well. Be able to climb over it, because apparently you should be able to climb over something that's like 1.5 meters high. Apparently that's perfectly reasonable. Some people are definitely overestimating their athletic abilities. Righty. Double junction, just what you always wanted. It's fine. double four-way roundabout. That's That's a monster if I ever heard one. That's horrid. Yeah, the rail blueprint uses grids now. I still haven't done all of them yet. I need to spend some time cleaning them all up. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. Just to bring it closer. Here we go. I didn't bring train stops. Pathing the 16, smaller trains would take extra laps around the roundabout for the thrill of it. That was hilarious. That was always hilarious. There, that's how you get that's how you get oil, by using fluid. Do you mind? Do I mind the game in the circuit wires? Huh? Mind the gap? How do you mean? The gap? Oops. Now are they all pumping? I think they are. Big power pole in the middle of the train line. I mean, it's got to carry the wires and everything somehow. Oh yeah, that doesn't matter. This doesn't use the circuit wires anyway. Like the red wire is only for the supply system, and the green wire is for outpost control, which I'm not using currently. Oil doesn't need it. Uh-oh. Can't have that. Alright, I'll use this. There, you can't park there. Yeah, the blueprints are wired so that you can use them for anything. If you need to use the wires for anything, they're just there. Lego wires all the way up to the station. Yeah, well, when I did it before, they did go all the way up to the station, and then I deleted it. But yeah, the wires are there if you need them. The wires in the main blueprints are there for whatever you need. For me, I'm using them for the red one for the supply station. So this red wire does need to connect. And it's a problem if it doesn't. Now, next stop is down here. There's a signal missing. Yeah, they're free in the blueprints, so you might as well make use of them. Seriously, not have a radar? Requesting radars. Oh. I mean, I can feed it like a million radars. I got a full stack now. I probably pulled them out of there. Like I probably gave this thing a whole bunch, then my request pulled them back out again. Righty, back to here. Gotta aim for there. Branch it. I'll probably branch it after actually. Doesn't it help sometimes when you make a mess with trains? I never had much use of it. Actually, finally set it up so that you can see everything on F5. Changed F5 to do what I want. Instead of spamming everything. Bleh. Disco. Actually, now's a good time for one of those 30-second ads. So if you will indulge me, exactly nothing will happen. Bam. One 30-second completed. I gotta get more on top of that. Yeah, we got 11 minutes. Congratulations, you now have 11 minutes of no mid-rolls. Just what I always wanted. In all honesty, I think the direction they're going to go is towards the same sort of mid-rolls will be the same as pre-rolls. The pre-roll thing. I reckon they'll go that way. Got to be run more. You have to run a certain amount, otherwise you won't lose. Otherwise, it'll just run mid-rolls. That's good to know. To watch on the Pirate Bay. One thing to keep it, something to watch out for is if you're getting problems when the ads roll, let me know, then we can pass it on. Like if it's downgrading quality or anything like that. Like Glacier was having problems with. It actually does help. Because they want to hear stuff that isn't people complaining about for more ads. You know what I miss? I used to have a blueprint which was just a million pump jacks all in a big ball. That was a great blueprint. I don't know how it was made though. Because it had like pump jacks inside pump jacks and everything. You're in with Veldek? Yeah, you're in trouble now if you're in with Veldak. Punch exception. I had it on the other base. It was pretty wild. Got there. Factorio.school. It's similar to that. Similar. The one I had was round though. But it's basically the same thing. Preemptive rigged. Yeah, it's basically the same thing as that. $3 ago, that'll be about right. That'll be it. Yep. Bullet Sponge Veldak, reporting for duty. Fifteen 3:15 AM pizza, what could go wrong? There's absolutely nothing wrong with the 3:15 AM pizza. Rip your sub since of today? Aw. Too bad September it doesn't count repeating subs, it's only new subs. I think you can still continue gifted subs though. I didn't even read the stuff for September this year, I just couldn't be bothered. September just hasn't been good in a while. 1, 2. So for this to exist, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's better. Got notified your subs, it's expired. Oh yeah, they give us the notifications now. They've been doing that for a little while. Nice of them. At least it's nice to know that notifications actually work. Yeah. I mean, if you've got more important things to pay for in life, then certainly worry about those first. Here's the live ones that don't work. 3 more pump chat? Oh, I do too. Oh, it's down there. That's awkward. Just doesn't want you to actually use their bandwidth, what they want. Just want to... Classic financial thing, isn't it? Everything, whenever it comes to finances, it always works perfectly. When it comes to anything else, it doesn't work. Oop. It's not gonna work. Gotta love all these wasted, wasted pipe to grounds. I could go as far as doing the, what I do? It was the FE map where I pushed everything into, the same, everything into barreling. Pizza is amazing, only side effect, just looked away from Factorio. So Barter's like, yes, it's time. Spiders are like the shovels from Oxygen Not Included. They're never satisfied. They always need more. Right, oil trains. Which are not built yet, apparently. Oh, and you're also out of fuel. It'll be fine. Blame it if you kind of need the high pressure pipes. I think I put make barrels great again and just barreled it. I just plugged each pump check into a assembly machine. And yet the icons? So you can do it the manual way with the rich text. So what you do is open square bracket. So in this case, I want fluid. I want a liquid, so it's fluid equals, and then the name of it, crude dash oil space 1. You can also, for stuff like, for most items, it's item equals iron plate, like that. If you don't want to go through typing out all of that rich text stuff manually, there is a mod called Rich Text Helper. The pump check circle blueprint, that is Jack's every possible. I found a link to the version. Oh yeah, we got that link before. There's actually got a mod one as well. You can change the color as well. Which we did up here. Alright, you built? No. You built yet? No. Kind of mod you make? Oh, Lucifer's already done it for you. Why? Alright. It's kind of in a bit of a deadlock situation. Yeah, can you do that? I mean, we're still at 2,000 something. I kind of need that done. There we go. I mean, the supply train hasn't gotten stuck there yet, but it's an issue. I'm guessing it's waiting for the supply train. I think you can also get a name which just has everything in it and just copy and paste that. Right, let's make the trash train work. There. Comes. Don't think how long it takes to repath when they have their mind set to path. Yeah, that's something I never liked. 5 seconds is like the minimum it can possibly be if it's, or it depends, which also is kind of annoying because it's not very deterministic. I hate things that are it depends. Ah, yeah, it's 5 seconds if it's stopped at a chain signal. It will update if its path encounters a red signal. So if it has a choice, and the currently allocated choice has a red signal, then it will do an update. That's actually been the best change since, out of all of them. Right, you better be building the rest of this oil train. It has tanker wagons. Won't build them. Or is it just... Oh, unless it delivered it just then and is waiting on construction queue. If you want to control a signal with a path selection after it... you need the train to be sitting at a chain signal. It will not update path if it's not at a chain signal. If it's at a regular signal, it'll just sit there forever, committed to that path. And that's why a lot of circuit control stuff just doesn't work. Because you need to be sitting at a chain for it to fire the repath. Once it's stopped at a signal, it won't. It's, yeah. There's so many ifs and buts in the logic. I mean, admittedly, that's not a terrible thing. Because the way the Pathfinder works, you can't call it too often. Otherwise the game just hammers the CPU. Yeah. Because it will never choose a different destination at a regular signal. It'll also never choose a different path if there's only one train stop of the same name. Again, I should have made a list of all the rules. There's so many. And there's so many situation-specific ones. There we go. Now we get to this thing to get all the oil trains to come up here and jam everything up. Also, 16k a minute, so it's actually running at full speed. I did tune this to 8, which is already kind of pushing it. Just forgotten. That's the other thing too, is I've forgotten a lot of the rules now. So what's not flashing anymore? I mean, you've got it looks like you've got all your furnaces. Oh, you've got your radar. 5.4. I need to capture the fishies. expand that. Something else I should do is fix nuclear over here. Fact. I might just landfill all that and have nuclear all just up here. And then bring this down to there. What's the time? 10:28. Trying stuff is like if else or that. It's all the like there's no concise set of general rules. There's everything is if it's in this state then do that. If it's in that state then do this. If it's in this state and this then do that. There's an older snippet of the Pathfinder code floating around that I've seen posted on Reddit. I don't know how much it's changed since then, like what it is now compared to then, but you can actually see the huge state machine that's in it. It's an if-else block. So it calculates, when it's on a path, it calculates the cost of everything, every node, and then then it calculates and counting a train at each state. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not if-else, it's a switch statement. No, it's not an if-else. I'm waiting for the stupid radar to come down again. Yeah, switch is actually an if-else. It's just a more elegant way to phrase it. Civil, how you doing? You got a question. What would you make stackers that are supposedly capable of holding 40 trains still end up blocking the main line? You have like 23 slots in the stacker. Good, excellent. So is it multi-train deep stacker? I can probably pull it up. The thing. It's like case. So when it encounters, so it's like case is equal to train on path, do nothing. Case train no path, add cost 6,000. If train, if signal red, if approaching signal, if, and so on and so on. If at chain signal. I don't remember it exactly. You'd have to look it up. Actually, I think you're right. I remember that now. The switch is actually a jump table. Yeah, so if you're having problems with stackers, one train per lane, that's interesting. Does it have a chain on the entry? Chain signal on the entry? There it goes. Because if there's a chain on the entry, it shouldn't happen. They should... This may also come down to, is there more than one stop? If there's only one stop, they tend not to. This is, yeah, it's where you start getting into all the stupid weirdness. Multiple stops? Okay. What would cause that? Not excessively long distance? I can't imagine it being. That's a really strange one. I wonder what does it. No stops in the stacker? Yeah, I might need a picture and see if we can figure it out from there. Paths through the stackers shouldn't be too much of a problem unless it's unreasonably big. And for unreasonably big, I mean it's got to be pretty massive. Like, it's got to be these sorts of distances. Like the distance of that smelter. I mean, I've had some pretty big stackers and it still worked. That's why it's unusual. Alright, that should build itself. Hopefully this thing has... I don't think it says actually requesting belt, come to think of it. Because I keep having to go over there... Oh. Never mind. Join this train then. That's why they call you an unreasonable stacker, eh? Chain at the end? It shouldn't matter for the end. It's the entry that's the problem. As I say, the obvious one is... I mean, 40 isn't that many. Is there a lot of signals down the stacker? That'll be the next question. I might need to load up a map. If I can. If the game will permit me. I might not be able to. Actually, I think it's just in version range. I mean, you've seen what the other map is like. It's significant. It's a little too many. It's... So... So the Pathfinder itself is A star, which that's what calculates the nodes and it's what calculates the overall path. But to give it some hinting, it has costs added to it. That way, it tries to avoid trains which are like no pathing or train stop. It helps it hint at trains stuck at signals. Because the original one before it did that was terrible. There was also an integer overflow with train stops. Hey, CRB. Here's on logic balancers, yeah, for your pump balancer on the impactor UPS. It's not something I've actually tested yet. I'm gonna hazard a guess they're not crafting. Yeah they are. Mind. It's something I want to see what it's like. Given what was tested, given what we've seen from previous testing, circuit conditions don't seem to add too much to UPS cost. Even if it is toggling every tick. Oh yeah, I snuck this thing into... little thing to... little thing to get the fuel cell request under control. But at this point, there's so many fuel cells now that are going up there that it's getting a bit silly. Okay, let's pay this for a sec. Let's have a look. So, it's about as big as a stacker would go. Where are you? Where is it at? That one. Never mind. That's another save that crashes. Hmm. Acting like trains choose a slot in the stack at the moment they leave whatever station they're at. So I always had problems with that when the stacker was multi-train, when it was